This is my math homework number 19, Wednesday. For the first one, it says find the product. 12.89 times 7. So we have to imagine their whole numbers. Let's do 1,289 times 7. 7 times 9 is 63. Carry the 6. 7 times 8 is 56. And then if you add 6 to it, you get 62. 7 times 2 is 14. Add that 6, you get 20. Carry the 2. 7 times 1 is 7, add 2 is 9. At the very end we have 1, 2 numbers behind the decimal. So our final product is 90 and 23 hundredths. For the next one it says find the quotient. The first thing we need to do is make this divisor into a whole number by moving it to the right twice. We'll do the same thing on the inside with our dividend 1 and 2. So then it becomes 55.2 is being divided by 4. We know that 4 can go into 5 once. That will give us 1. You can go into 15 3 times. That will be 12. And then you have the 3 down here. Bring down the other number, the 2. And go into 8 times perfectly. And then now we have to put one number behind the decimal. So our final quotient is 13 and 8 tenths. For the next one it says find the sum. All I have to do is do 3.89 plus 4. Should be 43.9. So let's go change that. 43.9. There we go. And make sure we add a 0. If you want, you put the 43.9 up top. And then do the 3.89 below. That works as well. If we add those together, we'll get a 9 here. We'll get 17, carry the 1. Our decimal goes straight down, which I did. If we have 3 plus 3 makes 6, add 1 is 7, and the 4 is by himself. So our final sum is 47 and 79 hundredths. For the next one, it says find the difference. We have to make sure that our numbers are lined up. So here it is. Here is 19.488. Add a 0 up top. When we subtract it, we can't do 0 minus 8. So the 5 becomes a 4. This is now a 10 minus 8, which is 2. We have to borrow from here. And then this becomes a 10. But now we have to borrow from that. This becomes a 14 minus 8, which then gives us 6. 9 minus 4 is 5. Your decimal goes straight down. This becomes a 7. 18 minus 9 is 9. 7 minus 1 is 6. And the 3 is right there. So our final answer is 369 and 562 thousandths. For the next one, we have to compare the numbers. For the first one, they're both equal to each other. And for the second one, they both have 24 in common. This is times 4 times 4. That would be 12 24ths. This is times 3 times 3. That would be 18. And obviously 18 24ths is greater than 12 24ths. For the next one, it says the recipe calls for 3/4 cups of flour and 1 1/8 cups of sugar. How much flour and sugar does the recipe need altogether? So the word altogether means to add. So here is 1 1/8 plus the 3/4. We need a common denominator. We're going to use the number 8 because they both share 8 in common. This one stays the same. This is times 2 times 2. Now we have 1/8 plus 6/8 to give us 7/8. And the 1 is right there. So our final answer is going to be 1 7/8 cups of flour and sugar. For the next one, it says find the sum. Let's go and rewrite this to make it vertical. Here's 3 and 5/6 plus the 2 and 2/8. We need to get common denominator. The one we'll use is going to be 24. This is going to be times 4 to give us 24. This will be times 3 to give us 624. When we add them, we get 26, 24. And the way we'll do that is we'll divide 26 divided by 24. It can go into one whole, and then we'll have 2 left. So then we have 5 here, plus the 1 up top. So we'll have 6 with 2, 24, which can be simplified by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 2. So our final answer is going to be 6 wholes and 1/12. For the bottom one, we'll do the same thing. We'll write it with 1 2/3 up top, plus the 1 2/6 on the bottom. They have a common denominator of 6. The bottom one can just say the same. The top one can be times 2 to give us 4/6. Now it's 4/6 plus 2/6, and that'll give us 6/6. And 6/6 is really one whole because 6 divided by 6 is 1. So now we have a final answer of 3 because you have 2 here plus that 1 to give us 3.